Hello, my wonderful people. You're welcome back. See, there is no way you will defend APC government without being looking stupid. See the way SA to Governor Okpebholo in the process of trying to defend his oga. Almost see the way the guy just dey fool himself. He cannot even express himself. Just look at how he's fooling himself. Somebody that cannot defend himself. Just the same way his master is moving around aimlessly looking for 2.5 million votes for Tinubu instead of him to concentrate on good governance. That is just it. These politicians, when they do some certain things, I could just dey look them, they laugh. Instead of you moving around, gallivanting, looking for how to get 2.5 million votes, even to the extent, travel, leave Nigeria, go UK, go fool himself. Why not just sit down, give your people good governance? Like the governor of Abia State now, I'm not sure say the man would look for vote anywhere. If he want 2.5 million votes from his people, obviously he's going to get it because of what he's doing. So guys, just take a look. I beg, watch this interesting interview. You will be shocked and surprised. No, like say shocked, as in shock and surprise. Shocking. Nothing about Okpebholo again that is shocking the people of Edo State again. They don't already know, say the man is just like that. But just take your time, watch this video. Let me know your wonderful thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to others. I beg, watch this interview. Now just take a look.
And that's all. When Okpebholo said he was going to get investors, I wondered who was the nature of investors. Are they private investors or are they established organizations who are investing in developing countries? Because I know, I have looked at the outlook of Edo State government. I dare say Edo State government does not have the capacity to woo investors Sabinus, let alone any responsible person who has a recourse finance to engage in such a investment. So when I heard that he was going abroad for Investor Summit 20th and 22nd, I was very curious to know what exactly is happening. They said it was in Scotland. I monitored it closely. On the first day, 20th of September, nothing happened. No investment summit took place. They only took pictures in the train station when they gathered, they arrived, and when they both fronted that. Then the next day was Sunday. Then on Monday, with all manner of curiosity, what we saw was a video released by Monday Okpebholo on his official Facebook page, where they was doing instead of him to be selling, proposing, when you are discussing with investors, what we saw was a man who was campaigning and talking about how he could gather 2.5 million votes for Tinubu. That was the central core of his message. And after I finished that, there was no pictures of any investor. There was no white man, no Chinese, no albino, nothing of that nature. He gathered the APC stakeholders and charlatans and flew in a private jet, and they spent over 2 weeks in the US, in Europe. When they came and they brought those pictures, and later they now announced there was no engagement, no official side. They now announced that $250 million have been secured, and it was one Euro CCI. And people began to wonder, where is the man? Where is the picture? So people started inquiring into the facts. Let me give you a breakdown. First of all, they said it was one man they called Kisley. I don't have Kisley, one Kisley of Baswan. We began to investigate the company in question, because even if this company wants to come to Edo State to invest in maybe my village, the first thing they will do is to check this company's history. What is this company doing? Where has it worked? Where has it improved life? What is the nature of their business and their political culture? We discovered that this company has a website. The website, they went there to send mail to the company to at least to get information. The email bounced. They collected the phone number on the website. A $250 million company. They collected the phone number. It was one Yoruba woman who could not even speak English that was there. When the people brought this information to the public domain, they discovered that the website, in less than 2 days, the website had crashed. They quickly went to crash the website. The man in question, who says the executive director, the man does not have official, you know what I mean, for you to be controlling billions of dollars. The man does not have an official LinkedIn account. He's not known for any credible business. All he does is to be traveling abroad from one country to another, collecting titles and awards. He was a one-time board chairman of one cooperative and agricultural mechanization. Later, they say he was the chairman, Institute of International Peace. Now they say he's the executive director. I have called people to ask who exactly is this, because he's a Benin man. They say the man can be best described as a native doctor who does frivolous crimes abroad. He had done similar ones in the States of America, where he was almost catched and he flew away. He can't go to USA. The same man, they said, wants to give Edo State $250 million. And I dare say the man was so irresponsible that he could not attend the investment summit. That investment summit, the man who came from Zoom. That $250 million investment is a Zoom investment. The man appeared on Zoom, and how can a company want to invest $250 million for crying out loud? God knows who what $250 million is. And nobody from the company, is responsible enough to come to the place where the summit is taking place. The man was hiding in Ted Joshua in Obasanjo on that Zoom meeting, and he now went that. Imagine a man who is an investor. He was also the the guest speaker of the event. After I finished Jean-Marie correctly, talking left, talking right without any summary, he now said, "I will give you my company has sent me. They restricted me for me to bring $250 million to Edo State," and everybody started clapping. In a dinner that they have, they just whole dinner. They had a spokesman. After the spokesman came to talk, cluelessly and helplessly, he pledged $250 million that he does not have. That man does not have 250 million naira, let alone dollars. It's a pity that I don't say government at this age of time. See, there are many things that can go wrong. Before I entered into government, I was a development worker. I've worked as officer, advocacy officer. I've done development as freelance and development officer. I went into government as special advisor to Colin Opaseki. I have advised a man as critical as Opaseki. He appointed me not on political consideration, based on competence and character. After that, I put on you now. I'm doing a program it's a World Bank sponsored program on development. There is nothing about development that can tell me. I know it blue black. And as I tell you, that $250 million is a clear sham. For me, it's irritating that the Dose government can gather together and decide to deceive us with such a shallow scheme, such a pedestrian scheme. Do you know how many times Nigerians have been defrauded by this kind of fraudulent governments who just come on board and concoct all manner of rubbish?
Well, sorry, Shedrack.
No,
I must cut in there. You must be
no,
very civil in your presentation.
This thing took place over 8 years. That is the 9th day.
You can't say the state government is a fraudulent government. You can't say that.
Okay, is it a fraudulent government? Okay, this their investment is a fraudulent investment.
Because you can't say that because you don't even have the statistics, and it shouldn't be said of you. Because let's get to you. Despite the fact that he sees it as a sham. There's need for us to, take government statements seriously, and there's need for us to also critique what government says about this. How do you defend the fact that he said this deal is a sham?
Mr. Philip, you see, in this platform, there's an NBC code that is guiding us, and there are words in quotes you cannot use. There are words in quotes you cannot use to describe a government, a personality, or issues. You see, let me tell you, those who live in glass house, they don't throw stone. Because when you throw stone, you don't know what will happen.
Yeah, but I want you to be objective. Just go straight.
Of course,
because
you see,
he said this Zoom investment is a sham.
You see, that is his
how
own,
can you defend the government of the day? Because we are about this.
That is his own opinion. You see, the role of opposition in politics, in consonance with global best practice, is opposition. They are made for constructive criticisms, but it's very, very on the contrary what we see in Nigeria today. When you are in power, you work for your principle. When you are not in power, you strategize to work ahead of time so that you can reorganize your party. It is not by coming to social media or coming to TV station as reputable as this platform where we are to make statements that you cannot substantiate. Statements where you don't have statistics. Statements that are frivolous. It's an aberration. It's uncalled for a personality of my colleague and my brother and my co-discussant here to make such statement that Edo State government is a frivolous government, is a Zoom investment or whatever. It's a by and large.
You are even rubbing it in the more. Because I expect you to talk about defend the state government on that investment. How tangible is that investment? Because he made some critical analysis which demands some scrutiny, and I was expecting you to talk about the fact that the investment is tangible and produce some evidence.
See, let me tell you, Mr. Philip. You see, by the grace of God, even before signing MOU, this present administration has been able to win the marks of the electorate in terms of critical investment, in terms of human capital development, in terms of infrastructural programs and policies that are not what elephant project, not projection that Edo will be like Johannesburg in 2030, Edo will be like Singapore in 2050, as it were. Today, you can see Edo, most of infrastructure and most of sectors that were being comatose in Edo is working again. And this investment drive, this MOU that was signed, is an MOU where developmental partners, Edo State government, went abroad to woo them with about $250 million. And these dollars, according to my principal, my boss, the Commissioner for Information, in the last ESCO, he made a critical analysis about this partnership. It has to do with, today, if you look at Edo State, if you look at this year budget, you will see what was accruable to agriculture. This is a government that is responsible, a government that is people-centric, a government that have what it takes to take Edo into political Eldorado.
All right.
By and large, I'm not true. You will see today, if you go to a central admin government house, Edo State government has procured mechanized agricultural implements that we are going to use in 3 central districts. But the question is about this investment
I'm telling that you, he alleges as Zoom investment.
Good.
Yeah, because $250 million, you know, it's expected that we should see, you know, clips, we should see meetings, you know, that brought about that development. But
Piki were not good, not good. PDP not good for our body. They don't deceive us, tire. So now, you know, say, me, I don't tell Baba Asewaju that he's the best president for this country. You know, he said, they say, they do this work, and they do this work, and they do this work. You know why? Because they give me the money to work for now. I don't tell her and say, we are over 5 million people in Edo. There are some people who will never grow. But I don't calculate, say 2.5 million votes. Say Edo must take care for the good work what they do for you.
Today, Nigeria is very safe for investment. The economy is growing. The World Bank, the IMF, have rated us very high. The president has been able to stabilize our economy. For years now, you can see that the rate to a dollar is stable. So that is stabilization. The president has been able to bring about reforms that are very, very painful. On the long run, it will put Nigeria on the right track. To me, that is the kind of man I should follow. That is why I was quick to say, I am promising Mr. President. Today, I'm even very happy to hear that we have over 2 million people in UK here. So I promise Mr. President 2.5 million votes. If any of you here can call your family back home to say, vote for Mr. President. All of you here, I know you have 1 or 2, 3 persons back home. 2 million people talking to 2 persons. How many is that? So we do the arithmetic at the end of the day. But it is a privilege to stand here before you today at this Global Business and Investment Summit here in Scotland. Today is about investment, connection, and the courage to see Edo State as a frontier of opportunity. Edo is there for all of us to come and invest.
So, Okpebholo, you are a disgrace. Okpebholo, you are an embarrassment. Okpebholo, you are a conjugation of catastrophe and a disaster. Okpebholo, it is not well with you. One would have expected that after you and your cronies have spent almost a month in the UK, England precisely, and wasted all of those monies in hotel bills and all of that, you will just carry yourself, usually go back to Benin and say you went on vacation. But you wanted to sound smart, I wanted to create a stimulation of common sense around a few things, and then you said you were going to have an investment summit in Scotland for people to come and invest in Edo. And this is what you have to tell people as you invest. And then No wonder, because what was I even expecting when your investment, when your panel has Blessing Agbomere, a known tout, and your APC chairman Jared Enebe, that is catastrophic by all standards. Even an MC Ulomo will be picked over that Jared as he stands just now. That they are the ones on your panel to woo investors to Benin. Just see, we're going to have a tout and Agbero summit of your fellow tout and Agbero in Scotland, APC supporters. I don't know what you're expecting, because I agree that there are many things to invest in Edo for. There are many reasons why people should come to Edo to invest, but not with this kind of thing. I learned you have engaged Anto Lekki of the BBN fame to join. We would have expected somebody like that to have a blueprint of what tourism can do and how we can look into all of that. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to watching or seeing videos of that investment summit and what the outcome may look like. And then I am getting this as it is not well with you and not well with all of those that have contributed. See, I am angrier with Bola Tinubu every single day when I see you, usually when you bring embarrassment, where friends and colleagues call me up and say, how does this rep? No. At this point, I will need to personally take pain to look for a spokesperson for you and ban you from talking. But I even have a problem because I've been told. I had a friend of mine who came into government house to do a few things at one time, and in the early days of this government, got back to me to telling me that he is bothered that Jared Enebe has a permanent seat in the office of governor. That's how jobless Jared is. Jobless. He had a permanent seat in the office of governor, planted by whoever to monitor who comes to talk to the governor, who is sick, give him advice, so that he will not be misled from the Agbero toutism and miscontrol that these people are controlling. It is only going to be wishful thinking to say, even if Okpebholo has good intention, like some persons are registered, with people like all of these guys that are, they just, now, how do you not even excuse yourself from the fact that the people around you are the dullest set of people, and should, for any reason, they should not be around the governor? They came to give you that kind of data that there are 2 million Nigerians currently, according to, that is not anywhere anyway in Nigeria. You can't tell, they say, and they did not tell you if 2 million Edolite or 2 million registered voters from Edo State. I don't know who told you. Then you went on to the podium to go and, I said, the shame and embarrassment that you have brought to me and every sane Edolite around the world, that we have had to be explaining ourselves that no, this is not the best we can produce. We can actually do better. This thing will fall on you and all of the people around you. You are a disgrace. Shame on you. I'm doing this particularly so that you will know that every time you open your mouth, wow, it is nonsense that comes out of it. And by the grace of God, God will give us a grace at the end. If nobody challenges you in if you are the only option left in 2028, when this government comes to the 4 years break, half time, and you are supposed to, if they don't see anybody give, may they look for her to go. That governor has made a lock and keep picking for pocket, because this embarrassment has to have an expiring date. This one has to have an expiring, because with the set of man, not call the idiots, but people that are very close when they are around you, God will deliver us from our hands. Because this one, when they do so,